your boy DJ Wolf here. Got a couple things on my mind. Before I get to anything else, I'm gonna start with this story I just heard, or I just read rather. I didn't actually. There was a murder that happened this week down in near Jackson, Mississippi. Both my parents actually grew up down that way during World War II. Actually, we were both born during World War II in Jackson, or in the region of Jackson, Mississippi. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a story that I heard. It was involving a carjacking at a supermarket. It involved 3 young men, and they took the car, and I guess they decided to joyride, because that's basically what they ended up doing. They were joyriding, and they ended up ditching the car, but before they ditched the car, they shot a 6-year-old boy to death. And eventually, those guys got caught not long after that, after an Amber Alert was reported that the 6-year-old was missing. Now, I had one thing that kind of really bothered me when I read the story. The carjacking happened at a supermarket at 1 a.m. That didn't bother me. What bothered me was the fact that the carjacking happened at a supermarket at 1 a.m. The mother left the little 6-year-old boy by himself in the car while she went grocery shopping, with the car running. Yeah. With the car running. That I didn't understand. That I didn't understand at all. Why the fuck would you leave a car running at 1 a.m. in the morning to run the dash to go get some groceries at a supermarket with your little boy in the car? I don't condone what those 3 punks did. Not at all. Not at all. But by the same token, as a parent, you know that kid was in that car by himself. You left him by himself. You couldn't wait to go get groceries. You could have waited the next day and took him in there with you or something, you know. And instead, you were really being neglectful. In the reports that I read, nothing said that the mother was charged with neglect for doing it, because really she should have been. Or she should be, you know. And like I said again, I'm not taking anything away from what those 3 punks did to that child, let alone taking the car. But that mother was just as responsible for that kid's death as they were. And the reason why I say that, well, number one, it's my opinion, but the reason why I say that is because why would you be driving your kid in the car with you at 1 a.m. to a supermarket, and you leave them in the car with the car running? You know? But then they try to justify the story. But in the story they were saying they were trying to justify, say there were cops around in the area patrolling. Why that still took place anyway. No excuse for that anyway. But I'm just saying, that mother is responsible for what happened to that child as those guys who did it. Yep, I said it, and I mean it. Because, you know, there was nothing to say, oh, that mother was neglecting the child. Nothing. Nothing said, you know, nothing in the entire story actually was going to try to condemn her for that. And really, she should be condemned for that. I'm sorry. If one thing, I mean, but, you know, a 6-year-old child, he's still a child. He's a very young child, you know. There's no way I would have left my 6-year-old child in no car by himself at 1 a.m. in the morning. That's just clearly careless and irresponsible. I wouldn't do it anyway. Especially with no car running. You know? I don't know the mother, but I know she was very careless for doing that. I'm sorry. Very careless for doing that. Very careless and very irresponsible. may have very much contributed to what led to have happened to that young child. You know, for all I know, hell, might have been cahoots. I'm not saying she was or not. I don't know. All I know is just leaving any child, especially any child that young, in the car at 1 a.m. by himself with the car running. That's just totally irresponsible of me. I am sorry. It really, really is. Knowing that this is the day and age of carjackings, this is the day and age of kids being molested and kidnapped and raped and killed. You know that this is, I'm just saying, for real, what the fuck was she thinking? Excuse my French, I'm going out of my religion for a second, because it really pissed me off. I could not imagine ever letting at the time, my 6-year-old son ever doing that. Allowing to leave my child by himself, ever doing it. Even when he was 10, I wouldn't do it. That is completely irresponsible, because if it had been a father, he would have been charged with that. I noticed that. It's like a pattern's going on. Anytime, and I hear about dozens of stories about black mothers being irresponsible with the kids. I'm sorry, yeah, I got to go there with that. They need to be condemned for it. Because you're a contributor to what led to that young boy being murdered. That's all it's to it. And 1 o'clock in the morning, I question that altogether. 1 o'clock in the morning, leaving a child by himself in the car, by himself with the car running. I automatically question that. I really do. No parent should be doing that. And you telling me she could at least left the child with a relative, or took the child or just not even go. Really, the option would be not to even go that time of morning, or leave him and not leave him in the car at all by himself. Look, have the car. I don't care. I'm gonna have my child with me. That's just saying, with me. Not leave the car running, or that child be home, and I do my shopping later. That's the bottom line. And yeah, I know some people, you're being insensitive to the mother. No, I'm not. Because to me, she was being irresponsible. So if she was being irresponsible by that part, on that part, then I'm not being insensitive at all. If anything, I'm just being honest. It's your boy DJ Wolf. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a podcast tonight. My hands are itching. That's time for me. I'm just itching to do a podcast. Podcast tonight will be on the current topics of stuff like this. I'll be may delve into talking about Trump a little bit. Not sure why. I'm gonna try to see about taking phone calls. I got to set up the phone call setup so I can either do it with my regular phone or Skype. I'm not. That one is another story. I actually would like to do it with Skype, but I'll let you know, guys. Either way, I may not be able to get to it till sometime after tomorrow night anyway, but that's another story. But I ain't want to do a podcast by this weekend. I got to get it in. I haven't done a podcast in a couple of weeks. I mean, not a lot. Put it like this: I haven't done a live podcast in a couple of weeks, and I'm still. Matter of fact, I got to check on my upgrade to make sure that it's available. Because if it is, I'm going to definitely do one tonight. So. But otherwise, oh boy. But that's all I wanted to say right now, guys. This is DJ Wolf. Of course, questions or comments, or if you want to debate me. Speaking of that, I might even do a hangout. So, if the hangout is available, I may do a hangout tonight. But if you want to debate me, either way, contact me for all to hear on YouTube, for all to hear on Twitter, DJ Wolf Live on Facebook, for all to hear on Facebook, and DJ Wolf Online at yahoo.com. Oh, also, you can also get me on Hangouts if you ever want to talk to me, because I got my Hangouts. I'm available on Hangouts now, and I'm likely to be doing a live broadcast night anyway, if I do Hangouts. But either way, I'll let you guys know how I'm going to do it, either through Hangouts or through my podcast, and then I may have you call in. All right. right, guys. This is DJ Wolf. Guys, that's all I got to say about it right now. That's all I got to say about it right now.